Hello everybody, this is Laura, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning on May 17th, 2013. Well, I went to the library yesterday and I printed out my second book, and this is it right here. This is a binder, of course. This is my handwriting here, of course, as you can see. I hope you can hear me. I'm trying to be very quiet because I'm the only one in the house that's awake. This is my page, what it's going to look like. Sorry, my fan is on. It's broiling. I can't stand being without a fan in the summertime. Anyway, I wanted to tell you who this book is dedicated to. This book is dedicated to my cousin Leslie, because she's the one who inspired me with the idea of this book, writing a continuation of the story of Natalie Matthews, Kemi's cousin, in Crush. It's also dedicated to the memory of Bobby Griffith, the memory of Tyler Clementi, the memory of Eric James Borges, and all of the queer and gay youth worldwide who are still dealing with homophobia, and family who do not understand or accept or embrace them. Eric James Borges is a young man who committed suicide, I believe, back in January of 2012, about a year and a half ago. And that one kind of hits home for me because he's only about 14 miles south of me, where my dad lives. So I dedicate this book to him, even though he's probably not as well known as Bobby Griffith or Tyler Clementi or Matthew Shepard or a lot of the other victims of hate crimes and homophobia. I also dedicate this book to Kachinas Kootenai. Kachinas Kootenai was a registered nurse and Apache medicine woman. She passed away in 2010, and she wrote several really good books, independently published, of course. Books that indict the Western medicine system, and she wrote quite a few things that would rub certain people the wrong way, but they were pretty much true. And she's had a few people call her a charlatan and a cheater and all that stuff and a fake and whatever, but she was the real deal. And she was a great person, and she came to my mom's college while my mom was in nursing school, and did a lecture about Apache medicine. So I used a lot of her writing and her, I just used her as a resource because a lot of the plot in this book is about Apache medicine. Not a lot of it, but it's kind of a plot device. Anyway, I also wanted to, I would dedicate this book to members of my family who I love and care about. When I tried to dedicate my book Crush to my uncle, who passed away in 2009, I got a whole lot of hate mail about it from my family, and he's been gone for 5 years now, and I think I'm going to go ahead and dedicate this book to him, no matter what they think or say or whatever. I'm proud of my books. My family, a lot of them do not like what I'm writing. They do not like my subject matter. They do not appreciate the change that's happening in this world. We are living in a time of great change worldwide. It's a scary time, but it's also very exciting and very progressive in the right direction. Just recently, of course, you know that Delaware, Rhode Island, and Minnesota passed the gay marriage bills, and we're heading in the right direction for human rights and civil rights. So my family, they're not with it. They're not into it. They don't like it. I don't mean all my family. I mean just a lot of them, the ones closest to me. They don't like what my books are about, and they don't like what I'm doing. And what's really sad is this is the time of my life where I'm more proud of myself than I ever have been, because I'm doing what I truly love and what I was born to do. And I did the working stiff thing for 16 years as a nurse, and I worked and worked and worked and worked, and I ended up with nothing but a broken back for my trouble, pretty much, broken body. And I did the thing that I was supposed to do. I was a good consumer. I worked for a living. I paid my taxes. I did all that good stuff and lived an honest life. And then I fell on hard times, literally fell on hard times. And I just feel, for a long time I wasn't able to do much of anything. And when I began to write Crush, it just sort of resurrected the will to live in me, and I feel like I'm heading in the right direction. And it's really sad that my family cannot be, happy for me about it. They don't support me very much, and they just don't get it. They don't get what I'm about, and they never will get what I'm about, I'm afraid. So enough of that. I feel very proud of my 2 books and my little stories that I've written, because I've always loved writing. I've been writing since I was 11 years old, and I love writing, and I know I'm good at it, and I know that no matter what my intentions are, there's always going to be a reviewer now and then that does not understand what I'm doing, who is offended by what I'm doing, and it all depends on readers' experiences, There may be abuse victims out there who read my books and decide that I am insulting or offending them, and that's okay. Everybody's experiences are different, and when they open a book, they expect different things from different people. They expect certain things when they open a book, and if they don't get what they expected, they just don't like it, and that's okay. That's what the whole thing's about. It's been really kind of fun to see different reactions to my books, because it teaches me about the differences in people, good and bad. So, on with the video. I printed this out yesterday, 305 pages. I know it has to be trimmed down quite a bit, because Crush was 225 or 230 pages, and it was really long. And even now some readers say it needed to be edited and trimmed down, and it was too long and things like that. Although I like it the way it is, because it's so complete and it tells you everything. And my plans are to keep writing about Timmy and Jamie, because their story isn't over until they're dead. I don't plan on writing any stories about them being an old age home or anything like that, but their story had to be told completely. And I do plan on writing a couple more short stories about them, but I like Crush the way it is. I'm pleased with it the way it is, even if it is overly long, even if it is kind of repetitive in some places. That's okay, because I like it. I like it. And I like Bright, the new book here, but I have a feeling I'm going to need to trim down some things, because it's 305 pages and it's so big and heavy. And I apologize. I thought I was a slow writer. I wrote at least a half of this book in about 3 or 4 weeks. And the first half of this book I think I wrote in about a year, so I'm not really a slow writer anymore, I don't think. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know that all I have to do is hand edit. I'm going to go through this copy here, and I'm going to hand edit, do some trimming, rearrange some wording, use my thesaurus and make some things a little more enjoyable to read, whatever. And then I'm going to submit this to my people in the UK at Beaten Track. And then I'm going to hopefully have this ready for everybody by the end of the year, or maybe early next year. So, here we go. This is my second book. Hooray! I'll talk to you guys later.